All three, baby. YouTube, what's going on? If you're new here, my name's Roger. I own a company called QVO Tactical where we make holsters and gear and also film content for this channel. Today I have a video for you that I'm very excited to present, especially if you're a fan like me of the entire CZ P10 Optics Ready lineup. So if you're like me and you've purchased every single P10 Optics Ready version that's currently available in the US market, the P10F is in Frank, the P10C is in Charlie, and the P10S is in Sam, then you have been waiting for the Optics Ready plates that do not exist here in the United States, OEM from CZ. So I purchased my CZ P10F, the full size, back in December. And we're all familiar with CZ's slogan about improving on perfection, kind of a take on Glock perfection. So I figured that much like the Glock MOS series, that the CZ P10 OR versions would come with the Optics Ready plates. They didn't. So if you guys remember back at SHOT Show, I went to the CZ booth and checked out the CZ Optics Ready guns, and they had them there with optics mounted like the RMR and the Delta Point Pro using the OEM CZ plates, which just looked super clean. They were matched and finished and flush with the slide, all of the angles matched up, and it just made it look like a flawless design. I inquired about the release of these plates, and they stated that they will be out here in the US before the end of the first quarter. Now we are well into the second quarter of 2019, and we've yet to see these OEM CZ Optics Ready plates here on the US market. I've reached out to CZ a few times via social media and through email, and I've yet to get an answer about when these plates are going to be made available. I then reached out to Shook's Customs, who seems to be selling the CZ OEM plates on their website. However, it appears that they might be getting them from overseas and they have limited supplies and they're always sold out. After my first few videos on the CZ P10 OR lineup, I know a few of you messaged me and sent me links to the CZ website overseas. However, that website will not allow you to ship to the US. So for those that know me, know that when it comes to a problem, I will be only so patient before I just create a solution of my own. And that's what this video is here for today. Today in this video, I'm going to show you guys the quick violent over CZ P10 Optics Ready plates for both the Leupold Delta Point Pro and the Trijicon RMR. So a while back, you guys might have seen my buddy Daniel here in the shop. He flies in from out of state to help us work in the shop, but behind the scenes, he's also the person that develops and makes our molds. With that being said, when Daniel was visiting last week, I showed him the problem, I showed him my Optics Ready guns, and we quickly got to creating a solution for this problem. The Quick Violent Over Optics Ready plates are made from 6061 T6 aluminum. As you can see here in this B-roll, the angled cuts make it have a nice clean finish with the entire slide of the gun. Each plate is being Cerakoted locally here by Ventura Munitions and also being laser engraved with our logo and the designation. When you purchase one of these plates from us, they will come with two number 4 40 by 5/16 Torx flathead screws. These screws fit perfectly and flush into the countersunk holes machined into the plate. In addition to that, each plate will come with one packet of Vibratite thread locker to ensure that the screws do not back out on you. It is recommended that before shooting, you let the Vibratite sit in for 24 hours before shooting with the optics mounted on the CZ P10s. So like I said before, there are other aftermarket plates currently on the market, however, they don't sit flush. They are just rectangular pieces of aluminum that sit and protrude over the sides of the slide. And again, they function just fine. I understand for some of you, you don't care about the aesthetic, you just care about function, which I get it and it makes sense. However, once I saw the OEM plates from CZ, and how they sit flush with the overall design of the slide, I just had to have those or create something of my own that made me satisfied in regard to the aesthetic. So of course, we wanted to test our mounting plates out on the range. Gabe and I drove out to the desert yesterday to shoot this B-roll footage. I brought the CZ P10C with the Leupold Delta Point Pro mounted and the CZ P10S with the Trijicon RMR mounted. I am happy to report that after 350 rounds through each gun, not one single issue with our mounting plates. As each gun heated up during the range session, no issues with the screws backing out, no issues with the plates coming loose. In addition to that, the very next day, after everything is sat and been cold, no issues whatsoever, they're still solidly mounted to the gun. So I know from the beginning shots in this video, everybody saw the aesthetic of the plate and how clean and flush it looked with the slide. So that box is checked. The aesthetic box, good to go. However, now after our range report, the function box is also checked good to go. So while I understand for some of you out there it's all about function over aesthetic, me personally, I like to have both, and with our plates, we've accomplished that goal. So now let's talk about something I'm sure everybody's asking. What about co-witnessing? Do I have to purchase aftermarket suppressor height sights? The answer is yes. Like every other dependable handgun optic on the market, you will have to purchase aftermarket suppressor height sights in order to have a co-witness. I have been trying to expand my thoughts on co-witnessing irons on a handgun. I've been checking out some of Frank Proctor's videos where he talks about how the irons take up too much of the field of view, and in his opinion, they're not needed. He demos this by shooting out to 20-25 yards, having no issues. So I'm trying to wrap my mind around that and progress with my training to get rid of my irons. However, at this point, I'm still not ready to do so. But after getting to the range and sighting in our handgun red dots at an appropriate 25-yard zero, I am definitely feeling more confident in just running the red dot only. I wanted to challenge myself a little bit with the red dot and kind of prove this confidence to myself. So Gabe and I took the rangefinder and went all the way back to 100 yards, and this is what happened. All right, so we used our rangefinder, got out to 100 yards accurately. I have the Trijicon RMR HRS 3.25 MOA mounted with our mounting plate on the CZ P10S, the Optics Ready version. Let's see how we do at 100. Two out of three, I'll take it. Now let's try it out with the Delta Point Pro, mounted on a P10C with our optics mounting plate. Three out of three ain't bad. For those of you that are looking for suppressor height sights for the CZ P10 OR lineup, I'm not aware of any that currently exist on the market. I know that when CZ first initially released the P10C a couple years back, they did have suppressor ready versions that came with suppressor height sights, but I'm not sure if those are compatible with the OR lineup. I'd imagine they would be, however, at the time of this video, I am not sure of that. So I definitely recommend you research that if you are looking for suppressor height sights, and if you do have the answer or a link, let us know down below in the comments. All right, lastly, let's talk about price point. So we're gonna be doing the initial pre-order for these plates on our website at the price point of $70. It will ship for about $3 to $4, and you will get everything included, like I said before, the screws, the Loctite, and the plate. Now the reasoning for this price point may not be obvious to everybody. However, the machining time, the design time, materials, Cerakote, laser engraving, getting all of the components, the screws, the Vibratite thread locker, all of that takes time, and we're not doing it in mass quantities. If we were doing these 1,000 at a time and getting material in that great a volume, then it wouldn't be such an issue to lower the price point. However, we're not. At the same time, I want everyone to realize and understand that on the US market, our plate is currently the only one that exists that fits flush and cleanly with your slide and also functions just as good. So the reason for the pre-order are to guarantee that the funds are there to purchase the material and the time it takes to machine these. We will be doing these in small batches as pre-orders, and if you order, your plate should ship to you in no longer than 30 days from the date of purchase. I know that some of you might have questions regarding holster compatibility when using our optics plate to mount your red dot to the handgun. I'm happy to say that after a range session, we didn't have one single issue. Drawing from the holster, reholstering was done smoothly, no issues whatsoever. Neither the optic nor the mounting plate interfered with reholstering whatsoever. That's it for this video, guys. I hope you like our new quick file and over CZ P10 optics ready mounting plate for the Trijicon RMR and the Leupold Delta Point Pro. If you're interested in picking one up, definitely check out our website. It will be under the other gear tab listed there on the website. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Everybody, what you just witnessed me do.
So from 100 yards exactly with the Delta Point Pro, you hit the left target, the hostage taker, and then the right target. 3 out of 3.
But we didn't get it on video, of course, so nobody will believe me.
It happened though.
Let me see if I can just hit all 3 with that. Here, take this. One continuous shot to keep it recording. I'll grab this.
Yeah.
Start over. Hey-o! All 3, baby!